Well, hello, it's Catherine from Catherine Pooler Designs, and this is a little peek at a previous video that I did with the City Vibes collection. I will link it below so you can go check out these cards if you missed them. I'm continuing to create with this collection, and in this video we're going to use the City Vibes stamp set as well as Alana in the City. I'm going to start out by a little masking and ink blending. I'm using the Cotton Candy ink pad. This is just a piece of computer paper, just a scrap sheet. You can use Post-it tape or masking, not masking tape, like old school masking tape, but crafter's tape to do this, to mask off part of your card. I'm masking off about 3/4 of it. I'm starting out with cotton candy. I'm using a large ink blending brush and fading to a light cotton candy. And then I'm using Glitz, and it's going to give a little bit of a sunrise effect. Well, maybe it's a sunset effect. I don't see many sunrises. I am more of a night owl and not a morning person. What about you? Are you sunrise or sunset? When we spend time at the beach, my husband sometimes likes to get up and watch the sunset. I think I've done it once. It's pretty early, guys. So sunsets for me, please. Stamping the Skyline in Party Dress over the ink blended part. And then the magic happens. So peel that mask away to reveal this beautiful technique piece. I want to add to this beautiful technique piece. I think that Skyline needs glitter. So I'm taking the two-way glue pen. This is a great little pen for lots of different applications. So I used it on the mask. Just run it across your piece of computer paper, let it dry, and then it becomes tacky and like a repositionable adhesive. If you let it dry, or if you don't let it dry and you use it when it's wet, then it's an adhesive. You can also use it for embossing glitter embossing powder. So I just applied it to the tops of the buildings, and then I used Halo embossing glitter, which is a clear kind of holographic looking glitter. It's so pretty. And then just sprinkle it on, tap it off, and heat set it. And it's sparkly and pretty and beautiful, and I love it. So I'm going to add one of the girls. We have the Alana in the City and Anna in the City, and the idea behind these designs was to put them in front of the skyline, so it looks like the skyline is in the background and the girl is in the foreground. And then she has shopping bags and a couple dogs and a water bottle and other accoutrements to bring for a day in the city. Everything is just so cute. I've had a great time with these images, and the girl image is a little on the large side for a card, but the areas to color in are relatively small. So I found it fairly easy to color these in. Here I'm doing skin color for E13 and E17. And I've been able to get really good shading with just one or two colors because of the small areas of each part of the stamp. So for the legs, just color it in a light color and then go around the outside with a thin little bit of coloring just to give the leg dimension and make it look a little rounded. And then the skirt, I'm just going in with a light RV11, which is red violet. It's a saturated light color, and I'm coloring the whole skirt. And then I'm going to go in with following the artist's or the illustrator's illustration lines and use my darker RV marker. So this one is RV14, and that will just add a little bit of highlighting. And you can leave it just like that, or you can come back with the lighter color and blend those two colors together a little bit more. Just depends on the look you're going for. Either one looks really great I don't feel like one is better than the other. Just however you want your little dress to look. I've also seen this dress stamped on patterned paper and cut out and pieced over the top. You can also color with different mediums like blender pens and ink pads or colored pencils. You can also add different things to the skirt or to the shirt. You can add polka dots. I've seen that done. And how about doing her legs in a color so it looks like she has tights on? That's really fun too. And I love this color, E000 and E01. So E is a neutral brown, and then I think these two markers actually have a blush or a slight peach undertone to them, and I think it's a really beautiful color. I actually would like a sweater that looks like this, please. Then we want to color in the poodle and C1 and C3. I'm just not coloring in, I'm not coloring his entire body in. I'm just going around the edges and giving him a little dimension and then drawing a few curly cues with the C3. This doggo is adorbs. And then the Stanley Cup, I was doing this one in green and then I didn't really like it, so I redid it in brown, and I thought with the rest of what's going on in this card, it looked fantastic in brown. And I'm putting it on my agenda to make a rainbow of Stanley Cups and make a card out of that. I think it'd be really, really cute. Then here's the brown one, so E74 and E77. And of course, we have to do the pink straw and flower on the cup. I pulled out a piece of patterned paper with party dress and cargo. I love this polka dot print, but then when I was putting everything together, that pattern wasn't working for me. So we're going to change that out, and then I'm going to show you at the end of the video the card that I ended up making with that patterned paper because it's adorable. We'll add this leash onto the poodle, add the cup onto the girl. You can also cut a little bit around her hand and make her hold it. And that's how we designed the other elements as well. The purse and the flowers and the leash and the cup all were made to, be held by their hands. And then, of course, I got to get my foam tape out, guys. I love me some foam tape. I love adding foam tape to all the layers, all the pieces, adding dimension and interest to the card. I think it just really elevates your cards and makes them feel polished. I used a sentiment from our Inside Out Friends stamp set, You're the Best. This stamp set includes stamp sets for the insides and the outsides of your cards. And then I'm done. How cute is that? I love the Stanley Cup in brown. I think it looks great. Here is another card I made with the Alana in the city, and I cut around her hand so she's holding the bouquet of flowers. And then here the leash is just tucked behind her hand. I love both of these cards, and that stripe is fantastic, and that came out of the En Vogue paper pack. And then here's a card using just a couple of the icons, so the purse and the flowers. Time for a wee day, #besties. And other products in this City Vibes collection, we have the It's in the Bag dies, so you can make a purse. It has the compact and the lipstick and the ticket and the tassel to hang off the bag. And this is the card I created with that polka dot paper background. And I think it went really well. I created that bag and made it have kind of a suede look. And then another coordinating product is the On The Go accessories. And here's just a quick card that I made using those coffee cups, the to-go cups. I love cutting them out of the pattern paper. I think it looks really, really cute. So the City Vibes collection, you can find everything at shop.catherinepooler.com and linked below. And before we go, one more quick look at the Inside Out Friends stamp set. We love creating these Inside Out greetings sentiment sets for greetings for the inside of your card, because sometimes it's just really hard to know what to write inside, so we did it for you. And those greetings were made to go with the images in this collection, so it's really easy for you to put polished cards together. Subscribe to the channel and we'll see you again really soon. Thanks for being here.